again, everybody. It's your old partner, Bob Johnson, jumping up into the saddle again on another Friday night for high school football. And you couldn't get much more football weather than what we have going on right now. It's cold, it's cloudy. It feels like football weather, and you've got to enjoy that for another Friday night of high school football. And we are happy that you're joining us here for the Friday Night Lights show as we get you ready for tonight's game between Ottawa High and Louisburg here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and on KOFO.com. And a lot of games to go over with you here this evening, and games that we'll keep you up to date on through the evening, as Gary Bateman will be able to provide you the scores. As we get scores, we'll provide those. And a long list of games to get to here this evening as we get you ready for kickoff. Starting with Ottawa High, as we mentioned, going to be here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. They're taking on Louisburg, and you could not have two diametrically opposed teams here, as Ottawa High still searching for their first win of the season. They had a chance last week as they were taking on an 0-5 Eudora team. Unfortunately, not able to get that win as they lost 26-7 to Eudora at Steve Grogan Stadium. It was not a happy homecoming for the Ottawa High Cyclones. Louisburg comes into tonight's game perfect. They're undefeated. They kept their undefeated season going last week as they rolled all over Atchison 42-7. And this is a game that, and we'll talk with Gary Bateman a little bit about here in just about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so. This is a game that you kind of have to worry a little bit about with the way that how Louisburg has played. Most of the football over in Miami County this year, Palo and Louisburg have been outstanding, and they have really rolled their competition. And Ottawa High comes into this one struggling. And what some of the things we talked about last week with Gary Bateman is about, at this point of the year, you know who you are. There are no more surprises, no more things to shake off. Your team is who you are at this point in the season. The thing is can Ottawa High muster something here tonight? It's not impossible. I mean, Ottawa High, even though they lost last year to Louisburg 42-19, it was only 2 years ago that the Cyclones beat Louisburg 48-28. And head coach Rob Hedrick is happy with how the weather has been lately, and he sees it as an equalizer for tonight's game.
All the rain we've had, and it's going to be a mud pit. And honestly, the mud, the conditions are going to give us an advantage. They're going to give us a chance, because that's going to be an equalizer. For a team that might be a little stronger, a little faster, this mud equalizes that for us. So we're kind of excited. We're certainly not going in this game thinking we can't win. We practiced to win, and we prepared to win, and hopefully we can make some big plays and maybe get a turnover or two, and heck, who knows?
And that is a good point. With the weather that we've had here, a grass field has taken a lot of moisture over the past week. And we saw it last week with Ottawa University against Sterling. You get those cleats going, you get the churning of the players on that field, it's going to get chopped up pretty quickly. An errant interception, a fumble, something that could go the way. And with the footing, it's not going to be really good unless the field is drained well and it has been kept up or is relatively in good shape. The footing will become an issue in this ball game. So there is a little bit of an equalizer with that field. The thing is, does Ottawa High have the belief in themselves to come away with that victory? Ottawa High, a couple weeks ago, got out to a 14-0 lead and was not able to hang on to it to pick up their victory. But you can see that this team has some talent. I think there's a little bit of a belief factor that has to go in there, but also the offense has got to find a way to keep drives going. We have seen the defense out on the field way too much for the Cyclones this year, and by the time you get into the third and fourth quarters, that defense is tired, and especially if you've got players who are playing both ways, and especially with the way that this could be a run game, you got to think that the pounding of the rock here tonight could wear them out pretty quickly. So there's a lot of layers to this ball game here this evening. And even though Ottawa is still looking for their first win, there are a lot of things here to keep an eye on tonight and makes this game an interesting contest. Now, we were expecting to have Oskaloosa and West Franklin as our KOFO high school football game of the week. That is not going to take place. It is still homecoming for West Franklin, and they will be crowning their king and queen before the dance tonight. Unfortunately, Oskaloosa not able to participate tonight. The team down to just 10 players, so this game has been canceled because of the lack of bodies to play tonight for Oskaloosa High School. So, unfortunately, no KOFO high school football game of the week, but if you were going to tune into that, you can stay with us for the Ottawa High game, as we'll join Gary Bateman at 6:40 for the Super Stands Cleaning Service Ottawa University Braves pregame show. In other action going on around the area this evening, we have Wellsville, who will take on Jefferson West. The Eagles are 3-3. Jeff West is 4-2. The Eagles lost last week to Santa Fe Trail 22-8. And in a season that has been filled with some injuries, Wellsville is looking to try to turn their fortunes around after they've lost 3 out of their last 4 games. But they're looking to do it against a really tough Jefferson West team. But Jefferson West has come into tonight's ball game. They've lost 2 games in a row, including their 24-13 loss last week to Perry Lecompton. Jeff West started the season off at 4-0, but they have seen some hard times here as of late, as they've, as we mentioned, dropped 2 of their last 2 ball games. So Wellsville, who's looking to try to get healthy and get things rolling in a positive direction, is catching a team at a good time where it is possible maybe the wheels are coming off the bus here. So this is a game that will in 3A that we're going to keep an eye on for you and get you updates on, as this one, again, has a good storyline going into it with the struggles of Wellsville and now the struggles of Jefferson West. So that should be a fun one tonight as Wellsville is on the road. Central Heights is also on the road tonight. They will be taking on McLouth. Central Heights are 2-4. McLouth is 3-3. The Vikings are going to try to shake off a 41-8 thrashing handed to them last week by Osage City. Osage City continues their perfect run. McLouth, they have won 2 in a row, including their victory over a shorthanded Oskaloosa team last week, 54-0. And Central Heights, who picked up 2 victories earlier on in the season, have hit some hard times themselves, and they're looking to try to find some positivity here this week. But going against a McLouth team that has a little momentum, as we mentioned, they've won their last 2 ball games, and then last week coming off of a shutout. So momentum right now definitely in McLouth's favor for that ball game. Down in Garnett tonight, it's Prairie View at Anderson County. Prairie View is at 5-1. Anderson County is at 2-4. The Bulldogs, though, are coming off a 42-18 victory last week, and Anderson County has split their last 4 ball games, going 2-2. So you can kind of see some positivity coming out of the Bulldogs down in Garnett. Prairie View have won their last 3 ball games, including shutting out Burlington 28-0 last week. And Prairie View has held court over Anderson County the last 3 years, as they have defeated the Bulldogs each of these last 3 seasons. So little momentum on Prairie View's side here this evening, and Anderson County looking to maybe break the losing trend against Prairie View here this evening down on their home turf. Paola is at Eudora tonight, and Paola continued their winning ways. They are 6-0, and they have so far looked unstoppable. They won, they rolled, let's be quite honest, they rolled Casey Piper last week 42-12. Eudora picked up their first win of the season last week as they defeated Ottawa High on enemy territory. Paola has won the last 5 meetings between these 2 clubs, including a 42-6 win last year. And Paola looking to rev the engines a little bit more as we get closer and closer to state playoff time. And right now, you've got to like what you see out of the Paola Panthers, as they have just done nothing but rolled over everybody so far this year, including Ottawa High earlier in the season. But that should be a game that, well, if everything holds true, Paola will probably end that one in a pretty easy fashion here this evening. Osawatomie is at Burlington, and Osawatomie still looking high and low for their first win of the season. They haven't been successful, though. They picked up their 6th loss last week to Anderson County. Well, is that correct? To Anderson County. I was correct. Every so often the sun does shine on a dog. The Bulldogs beat Osawatomie by the score of 42-18. Burlington comes into tonight's game having lost their last 2 games, including losing to Iola last week, 28-6. Burlington is 3-3 on the year. Osawatomie just looking for anything positive at this point in time in the season, and that's gonna be a tough contest for them, but especially being on the road over to Burlington here this evening. Other action in the area tonight: Baldwin, who is 2-4 on the year, is at Bonner Springs, who are 3-3. The 3-3 Santa Fe Trail Chargers are on the road to Bishop Ward, who is 0-6, and hopefully Bishop Ward, they're looking for the, well, not hopefully, but Bishop Ward is searching high and low for their first win of the year. Waverly is 5-1 on the year. They're at Hartford, who are 2-4. Maridazine Valley 0-6, taking on Wakefield, who are 2-4. And Crest is at Southern Coffee County. Crest also looking for their first win. Southern Coffee County at 4-2 on the year. Linden High School is at home tonight. They're going to take on Troy. Linden right now sitting at 3-3 on the year. And the Tigers came off of a victory last week, 27-22 over Jefferson County North. That was their first victory since September 21st, as the Tigers have struggled, to say the least, so far this year, looking to try to get some positivity here and maybe pick up a little bit of a winning streak, get something going here if they can defeat Troy this evening. Troy on the season, coming into this ball game, find themselves at 3-3 also. So struggling a little bit, but at 500. So nothing to be ashamed of there. And Osage City, as we mentioned, 6-0 on the year. They're going to take on Silver Lake. This game is going to be an interesting one because Silver Lake themselves, who have been the pride of 3A football in the state of Kansas for years now, we're going to get a good measuring stick of where Osage City is. Silver Lake is at 6-0. Osage City is at 6-0. So when the dust clears tonight, we're going to know who's going to be who's a real contender heading to the state playoffs. Osawatomie, they defeated Central Heights 41-8 last week. Silver Lake, they picked up a victory last week, and in their ball game against West Franklin, 55-15. So some interesting ball games here this evening in the area. And again, we'll keep you up to date on those as the evening goes on. And it's time now to take a look at the weather here this evening as we get you ready for the ball game over in Louisburg. Ottawa High on the road, and right now in Louisburg, we're looking at about 48 degrees Fahrenheit, 9 degrees Celsius for our Canadian friends. Humidity is at 89%. The wind is out of the north right now. Just a little bit of a breeze at 3 miles per hour, and expecting overcast skies maybe for the evening, and the temperature not really going to drop a whole lot, just to the lower 40s as the game goes on, and the wind will be light. But obviously the atmosphere is moist, the ground is wet, and we're going to keep that. It's going to be a storyline for tonight's ball game that we'll have to keep an eye on. We're going to take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to get on the horn and talk to Gary Bateman from Louisburg and get his take on tonight's ball game. But you're listening to Friday Night Lights here on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
This is Ryan Disbro, your State Farm agent in Garnett. When you think about State Farm, your first thought is insurance, life, health, auto, and home. But did you know my agency can also make the dream of owning a home a reality? Whether it's your first home or your next home, finding the right financing can be confusing. Isn't it nice to know you have help finding just the right mortgage? Call my office today and let's get started on your mortgage needs. 785-448-1660 or visit online at ryandisbro.com. NMLS number 324699.
Okay. We've heard you. This is Bob from Leon's at 429 South Main in historic downtown Ottawa. We're going retro. What's old is new. Classic favorites like the Super Cheese Burrito, Enchilada Special, fajitas, chimichangas, and more are back. Don't forget, we still have chips and cheese. Ottawa's perfect blend of home-style eats and Mexican treats. Come see us for lunch or dinner, Monday through Saturday. Dine in or carry out. We also have great daily specials. Leon's, a family tradition since 1982.
Pizza Village, across from the courthouse in downtown Ottawa, has been a favorite destination for over 50 years. Whether it's getting the old officers together to plan a class reunion, Tuesday evening scouts, Saturday lunch with an old friend, or just date night on a Thursday, you can't beat the atmosphere, the service, or the pizza. So many toppings, fresh crust made on site every day, that famous PV sauce, all served hot at your table while your conversation continues. Pizza Village, still the best pizza in town, any town.
Back here on Friday Night Lights, I'm Bob Johnson. As we get you situated, informed, and ready for tonight's high school football action in the KOFO listening area. And as we mentioned, Ottawa High going to be here on the mothership and on 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. And it's time now to get on the horn. And let's talk with Gary Bateman over in Louisburg. Gary, welcome into Friday Night Lights.
Well, thank you, Bob. Lights are on here at Louisburg Stadium, Wildcat Stadium. So, it is Friday Night Lights here.
The first question I've got to ask is, what are the field conditions like?
Well, Bob, let's not sugarcoat it. This field is patchy, and it is muddy. And I think that, Louisburg probably had the misfortune of playing some of their early games, on those nights when it rained so badly. Ottawa High's field has been in good shape, but they've not played any games in the rain. Obviously, this field has seen rain already this year, and it looks it. I guess maybe, if you were a racehorse, you'd want to be a mutter tonight.
Well, then that begs the question. We played a snippet from Coach Hedrick at the beginning of the program, and he likes the conditions because he sees that as an equalizer. What say you, Gary? Is this an equalizer for the Cyclones tonight?
Well, it could be, Bob. It's just really hard to tell. I think it will depend on how well each team plays between the tackles, because I don't think you're going to have a lot of opportunity to get to the outside here this evening. Now, I think that Louisburg traditionally has been a tackle-to-tackle team. They'll throw in a wrinkle here and there. The Cyclones really haven't shown a consistent ability to run between the tackles. So it will be interesting tonight from that standpoint. I think always, the home team in a situation like this has just a little bit of an edge also because they know their turf.
Well, and I think a key, and this is just going to be for me, and it may be a duh moment, I guess is the best way to put it. The Cyclones offense really has got to get things going and have some sustained drives and keep that defense off the field for Ottawa High, just so that the defense is not worn out by the end of the ball game.
Yeah, and of course you got a lot of guys going two ways, and that makes a difference also. But if you're on offense, of course, you know where you're headed. You know what you're going to be doing. And you keep that defense on there a little bit too much, and it does take a toll as the game wears on. I think that's important. I think if Ottawa can get some offensive momentum going, it will help them. I think any time that you're playing on the road against a quality team like the Wildcats, you want to stay in the ball game. The longer you stay in the ball game, the more you make that other team think about it.
And quarterback-wise, who do we expect to see tonight? Will we see Caleb Kessinger or will we see Jackson Allen?
Jackson is out, at least for this ball game. We don't know his status for the rest of the season, but he did not pass the protocol for concussion, so he is not suited up here tonight. Coach Hendrick says that we're going to see some of Elias White at quarterback here tonight. Says we'll see both him and Kessinger at the QB spot. And so it's interesting to see, because this could very well be a bit of a preview of what kind of a battle we might have next year at the quarterback spot, since both those young men are juniors this season.
So you bring up Elias White. What do you know about him, and what could we expect to see from him?
Well, Elias has played most of the season at running back, and he does run the ball well. I could see, the possibility of them running him, say, out of a Wildcat set. I'm not sure if that's what they're going to do. I'm not privy to any information or anything like that, but that might be an effective way to use him. Have him and Xavi Bethea in the backfield at the same time. I think Caleb Kessinger is a more traditional type quarterback. Elias White has really, I watched him a couple times last year, so I'm throw some here this evening. He's got an amazing arm. Now, I think the question is can he control it? It's like a pitcher in baseball, but he can throw the ball a long way. And the Cyclones have some good receivers. Maybe that's something they want to consider here tonight, because again, the offense is always moving forward. Those defensive backs or not, might be an opportunity to maybe throw the football a little bit more.
Well, and I can tell you from doing the game last week with Ottawa University, that was their plan. The Braves had found themselves in that this was a good day to pass instead of thinking that it would be to run. So it could be that maybe again they buck traditional wisdom of running it on a field like this and just decide to go for the pass.
Well, and that could be, and of course, coaches don't give away any of their secrets to the broadcasters ahead of time, so we'll have to wait until the start of the football game to know.
I'm surprised. I don't even know what you're talking about, Gary. I can't believe you'd say that. Well, Gary, thank you.
You're getting information that I'm not then, Bob, evidently.
No, it's from watching. I'm not privy of a whole lot of things. I can tell you that right now, but that's all right. It keeps us on our toes.
Right, exactly. One thing we need to watch out for here this evening, and that is a very fine senior running back for the Louisburg Wildcats. Austin Moore has just been dynamite all season long. Last year against Ottawa High, he rushed for 4 touchdowns, and he is the real deal. And I think that's going to be a key. Can the Cyclones get on him, key on him, and keep him from breaking off big games?
Well, and this is maybe one of those strategies that's used in basketball. You're going to just take him out of the ball game and make somebody else beat you if you can.
That could very well be. That would not be a bad strategy, in my opinion.
All right, Gary, thank you for joining us. Have a good call, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, Bob. Thanks a lot.
That's Gary Bateman joining us from Louisburg this evening. He will be taking the airwaves in about 13 minutes with the Super Stands Cleaning Service Rob Hedrick pregame show. Sam White had a chance to get in contact with Coach Risch of the Central Heights Vikings, and here's what Sam was able to get from Coach Risch for tonight's ball game.
Good evening, I'm Sam White, and for the Friday Night Lights pregame show, and I'm joined by Central Heights coach, Coach Bob Risch. How are you doing this evening, Coach?
Doing great.
Alrighty, so you guys have McLouth. McLouth has won their last 2 games, including a very tight one with West Franklin. What's going to be the key to slowing these guys down and ending their little 2-game win streak?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just focusing on us, focus on what we need to do. Our guys focusing on their techniques and their fundamentals, what we're asking them to do, and hopefully just sticking around to this game and by focusing on what we need to do, then we'll be able to do our assignments well and just continue to play with them.
And so you guys had a rough outing not too long ago against Silver Lake, and West Franklin had kind of the same ending not too long ago. Silver Lake's a powerhouse. McLouth isn't too much of a powerhouse, but is the mindset any different compared to if you're looking at a powerhouse or if you're looking at a team that doesn't win very much? Like, is the mindset much different, or is it the same? Here's a team that's on the same field as us. This is what we need to do.
Well, the goal as a coach is that mindset every game you go into it is the same, that you're going in to take care of what you need to and hopefully come out successful. But I'd say that definitely there is some of that. There is definitely that when you're facing a perennial powerhouse to go in there and look more at what they do and how they do things as opposed to worrying more about yourself and what you're going to do to be successful. So, as a coach, we try to always instill that in our kids of worrying about what we can do, how we can control the aspects of the game that we have our hands on, how we can win or lose that game. But you do face a tougher opponent. You definitely start to look at what that looks like and how we need to try to beat this team as opposed to what we can do to win this game.
So the mindset then is as a professional coach, Belichick and Tom Brady always say, do your job and just, focus on the things that you're supposed to do, and good things will come. Absolutely, yep. Well, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight. This is Sam White again for the Friday Night Lights pregame show on KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM.
I want to say thanks to Sam for talking with Coach Risch, and it's a chance now to take a quick break here, and we'll be back to wrap up this edition of Friday Night Lights. You're listening to us on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
People like me are powerless over alcohol, and if we could outthink it, outrun it, do whatever we needed to do, we could beat it, but we can't by ourselves. Everything I have, everything I've done, I owe to Valley Hope.
An estimated 88,000 people die from alcohol-related causes annually, making it the third leading preventable cause of death in the United States. For more information, visit valleyhope.org. Sponsored by Valley Hope Association and the station.
This is Secretary Tim Keck at the Kansas Department for Aging and Disability Services. Elder abuse is a growing problem in our state and across the country. Elder abuse can occur no matter where these victims live, who they live with, and regardless of their finances or their health, but help is available. Concerned people can spot the warning signs, such as unexplained injuries, and make a call for help. Don't let our elders suffer silently. Be their voice. For more information, visit the KDAD's website.
Sponsored by the Kansas Department of Aging and Disability Services and this station.
Every 16 minutes, someone dies on our nation's highways, resulting in thousands of fatalities a year. You can help stop this tragedy. Buckle up. Buckle up everyone in the vehicle. Wear helmets. Pay attention and reduce distractions. While October 10th is Put the Brakes on Fatalities Day, we need you to think about traffic safety every day. Don't let time run out.
Brought to you by the Kansas Department of Transportation and this station.
Radio. It's been here all along. You know which station is going to tell you the score of the game or where to turn when the weather gets rough. When something big happens, good or bad, you know where to go. And now radio has evolved to move with you with the Next Radio app in your FM-enabled phone. Just plug in your headphones to start experiencing radio in a whole new way while using way less battery and data than streaming apps. Find your favorite stations like the one you're listening to right now. Download the free Next Radio app today. Next Radio, live and local, wherever you go.
Back here on the Friday Night Lights show, we will join Gary Bateman in about 8 minutes with the Superstands Cleaning Service, Rob Hedrick pregame show. So stick around for that, as you'll hear it here on the Mothership and also on KOFO.com with the live audio. And I want to remind everybody, it is homecoming tomorrow afternoon. Well, the whole week it's been homecoming at Auto University, but tomorrow afternoon is the homecoming football game for Auto University. 1 o'clock kick, we'll have the Superstands Cleaning Service, Auto University Braves pregame show at 12 o'clock. And I will have it for you starting tomorrow. And we hope that you'll join us. If you're not, if you're going to go to the game, take your radio with you. You can listen to the play-by-play. Cheap plug, why not? And so I want to remind you about that, too. So homecoming football tomorrow. You'll hear the game here on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO, and on KOFO.com. I also want to let you know, though, that it's a quick plug for KOFO. Tomorrow, the Gun Guys in downtown Ottawa will have Customer Appreciation Day going on all day. KOFO will be there live from 10 in the morning until noon, And it'll be another chance for you to make a guess about the amount of cash in the KOFO Cash Cube. And so come on out and join KOFO, press the flesh, say hi, and make a guess on on how much money is in there with that remote tomorrow at the Gun Guys. And also, I want to say congratulations last week for the KOFO and Todd Burrows Crown Realty Player of the Week. The Player of the Week was Ottawa Cyclone Junior Xavi Bithe. And in the game last week against Eudora, Xavi had 184 total yards in the game, including 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And after this week's set of games, we'll have another KOFO Crown Realty Player of the Week next week, or for next week. And we want to say thanks to Todd Burrows, Crown Realty broker and agent, and also here at KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. So a couple of things to remind you of there, that we'll have that announcement next week of the KOFO Crown Realty Player of the Week. You can see the Count the Cash Cube at the Gun Guys tomorrow. And we will have Ottawa University Braves football for you tomorrow. Also tomorrow night, Ottawa University Braves volleyball will be on the air. 7 o'clock is first serve, and you'll hear it here on the air on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. So a great night of high school football to keep track of for you here this evening. Again, Ottawa is at Louisburg, Oskaloosa at West Franklin, Wellsville is at Jefferson West, Central Heights at McLeod, Prairie View is at Anderson County, Paola at Eudora, Osawatomie at Burlington, Baldwin at Bonner Springs, Santa Fe Trail at Bishop Ward, Waverly is at Hartford, Merdocin Valley at Wakefield, Crest is at Southern Coffee County, and Linden will we'll bring you updates on Linden and Osage City in their ball games. As again, real quick to let you know who Linden will be playing tonight. Linden will be taking on. Well, let's see here. I just lost it. This is great radio. Troy. So Linden is at home taking on Troy tonight, and we'll bring you updates on that one too. Also, Osage City looking to continue their perfect season. They've got a tough one tonight against Silver Lake, but if they can pull that victory out over Silver Lake, one would think Osage City would be a top runner for the state tournaments if they continue on with their success. So, again, a lot of fun games to keep an eye on here this evening with that in the area, in the KOFO broadcast area, and we will have the Ottawa High game coming up for you here in just a few minutes. So that's going to wrap it up for us here this evening for the Friday Night Lights preview show. I want to say thanks to Sam White, who was able to get some audio with Central Heights coach. Excuse me. Want to say thanks to Lars for keeping us on the air here this evening, as he does a great job as always. And want to say thanks to Gary Bateman for joining us earlier, getting us ready. A little taste of what to expect in tonight's ball game for Ottawa High in Louisburg. I'll talk to you all tomorrow afternoon from Braves Field, and I'll be back on the air with you a week from tonight for another edition of the Friday Night Lights preview show. Have a good evening, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for listening to the Friday Night Lights High School Football Preview Show. Stand by for your Super Stands Cleaning Service Cyclone pregame show on KOFO and your Game of the Week pregame show online at KOFO.com.
The Army National Guard is committed to keeping the country safe and our communities secure. Composed of hundreds of thousands of citizen soldiers from all walks of life, the Guard is always ready to respond to local or national emergencies. We protect the homeland. We're always there when called upon, and in every state and territory, we stand guard for our communities. To learn more, log on to NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard. Aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this Ottawa Cyclone football broadcast and the Superstands Cleaning Service Rob Hedrick pregame show on 103.7 FM, 1220, and online at KOFO.com. Make Superstands your cleaning man for carpet, upholstery, furniture, or tile. Call Superstands Cleaning Service for a free estimate today at 418-2463. Now, for a preview of tonight's game, here's KOFO Sports Director Gary Bateman.
It's senior night here at Wildcat Stadium in Louisburg as the perfect on the season Louisburg Wildcats get set to take on the Cyclones of Ottawa, still looking for their first win on the year. Ottawa last week fell in their game to Eudora 26-7. They're now 0-6 on the season. Louisburg vying for the number 1 seed in the Class 4A playoffs come in tonight 6-0. A win here this evening would put them into their rivalry game next week over at Paola, with the winner of that one, if Paola can get past Eudora tonight, moving on to the number 1 seed in the Class 4A playoffs, and most likely playing Ottawa again on that 9th week of the season, 2 weeks from tonight. Ottawa has only beaten Louisburg once in program history. That came 2 years ago, right here on this field when the Cyclones won 48-28. But last year, the Wildcats returned the favor, 42-19 over the Cyclones as Austin Moore ran for 5 touchdowns. We'll take a break right here, come back and talk with Ottawa High School head football coach Rob Hedrick. You're listening to the Superstands Cleaning Service Cyclone pregame show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Ask any coach. Wishing for a good game is not the best game plan. At home, wishing your carpet and furniture were clean isn't much of a game plan either. Stop wishing. Let Superstand be your cleaning man. Superstand's Cleaning Service at 418-2463. Stan's been making life clean, fresh, and more enjoyable for your friends and neighbors for over 40 years. Kids, pets, unexpected visits from relatives, they all can take a toll on your carpet. Live life clean and fresh. Call Superstand's Cleaning Service today at 418-2463. Let Stan be your cleaning man. 418-2463.
Want to sit front row and see the Chiefs play at Arrowhead Stadium? KOFO and McCoy's Furniture Loft want to send you. All you have to do is stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City or Emporia and register. You and a friend could be sitting in the front row to watch a Chiefs game. Only 1 win per person per season. No purchase is necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 21st versus the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll announce the winner on October 15th during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
And welcome back to the Superstands Cleaning Service pregame show. Time now for the Rob Hedrick Show as we talk with the Ottawa Cyclone head football coach. First of all, about last week's game against the Eudora Cardinals. Cardinals picking up the win on the Cyclones' homecoming 26-7. Coach, it really wasn't the way you would want to start a homecoming game. They took the ball and just kind of drove it on down and took it right into the end zone quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the start they needed, obviously. But recall that we had them stopped. They scored on a 4th and 19, which was that's frustrating. But that's just kind of the way we played this year. And so the defense bent, but they weren't. They shouldn't have broke. We had a young man not quite make a play, and when they score on a 4th and 19, that's just kind of an indication good indicator of what our season's been like. So, that was frustrating. So the start they needed to energize them, and obviously the start we were not looking for.
The Cyclones, I think, played well with Eudora for a good part of the ball game, but the Cardinals kept breaking off these long drives that would eat up clock, and really, even after you got your touchdown, wouldn't kind of let you get back into the ball game.
Yeah, and when I did the stats and replayed the game and stuff, we didn't have the ball very much. I can't recall the exact number of the defense forced some turnovers and did a good job. Yeah. But then we turned around and gave them the ball right back. We had 5 turnovers on the night, and that's just a mind-boggling number how we have that many turnovers every week. But that's what it was. They would have the ball, and then if they turn it over, it seems like we'd give it right back. When we were driving, we a couple drives we shot ourselves in the foot with a penalty or two on two drives, and then the 5 turnovers, and you add those up, it's just we just continually made it incredibly tough on ourselves to win a football game.
A couple of times you actually had them fumbling the football, but they were able to recover, and it seemed like every time the Cyclones had that opportunity, they couldn't come up with it. It was Eudora that just kind of had a nose for the football that night.
Yeah, we talked about how much they turned the ball over. We had 3 films of theirs, and they, every time they fumbled it, they never recovered it. And they put the ball on the ground 3 times Friday night that they recovered. So again, we're just not we didn't make it happen. They gave us some opportunities, and we certainly did not take advantage of those.
Cyclone score coming on a 90-yard kickoff return by Xavi Bethe, and Xavi had another one for about 40 yards later in the ball game. I was really impressed with the way he kind of just hesitated there, waiting for that hole to open up, and boy, when it did, he was through it.
He hit that hard. That was pretty. That was fun to watch, and that it showed our end zone view of the game. That showed up just right. It was fun to watch, and that was definitely a bright spot. And you're right. He let that wedge develop. And then when he saw a little, little daylight, he took it. He shot in there, and that was fun. We needed that, and it was. I owe the boys pizza now because whenever they score on special teams, I got to buy them pizza. But that's well worth it.
Well, he had a chance later in the ball game to try to pull back within I think a couple scores in at that point, and then the interception. Young man trying to make a play, but it just wasn't maybe the right thing to do at that point.
It wasn't. No, it's certainly a good learning experience for him, and he knows just throw the ball away next time. He went the wrong way on that play, and said, like you said, he just tried to make something happen, like most quarterbacks will do. It's an extremely difficult thing for a quarterback to throw the ball away, because quarterbacks kind of got to be that alpha male type that think they can do it all, and he did, and it was a bad decision, but that's the way it was, and we had plenty of those to go along with.
I say it was 1 of 5, like you said. So
that was a big play, but we had so many opportunities earlier in the game that it boils down to watching the game again on film. It was even harder just to see how many times we just basically handed them the ball and said, "Here, this game's yours."
Well, you did come back, though. You had a JV win, though, on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. So. The boys got a win up there, and that feels good. So that's JV's second win on the season, and freshmen had a win early in the season against Piper. So, hey, we love that. That really does. That put everybody in a great mood, and practice was really energized Tuesday. So it was fun. The boys played well, and they had 2 pump blocks, 1 return for a touchdown. So they played well. It was fun.
Well, this week's opponents, the Louisburg Wildcats, and we'll talk about them after we take this time out. You're listening to the Rob Hedrick Show, part of the Superstance Cleaning Service pregame show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Ask any coach. Wishing for a good game is not the best game plan. At home, wishing your carpet and furniture were clean isn't much of a game plan either. Stop wishing. Let Superstan be your cleaning man. Superstan's Cleaning Service at 418-2463. Stan's been making life clean, fresh, and more enjoyable for your friends and neighbors for over 40 years. Kids, pets, unexpected visits from relatives, they all can take a toll on your carpet. Live life clean and fresh. Call Superstan's Cleaning Service today at 418-2463. Let Stan be your cleaning man. 418-2463. Be appreciated and win cash. Join KOFO tomorrow from 10 a.m. to noon at the Gun Guys in downtown Ottawa for their Customer Appreciation Day. Enjoy special prices on firearms and ammo. Get lunch while it lasts and take your guess at the amount of cash and coin in the KOFO Bank Midwest Cash Cube. Be the closest and you win $1,037 in cash from KOFO and Bank Midwest on October 24th. It's Customer Appreciation Day and a chance at cash tomorrow at the Gun Guys with KOFO.
Back here with our weekly chat with head football coach Rob Hedrick. Tonight's opponent, the Louisburg Wildcats, comes into tonight's ball game undefeated. And really, I guess for them, Coach, they're playing for the opportunity to take on their rival, the Palo Panthers, for the number 1 seed in the East in Class 4A.
Absolutely. Both those, Louisburg and Palo, are sitting at 1 and 2 in the states with the standings, with with our new playoff system at 4A. So they obviously have a lot to play for, and they're a very good team. They're solid. They get a good O&D line. Quarterback's a pretty good player. Tailback, Mr. Moore is a very good. He plays linebacker, tailback, just a really good football player. So they're solid from sideline to sideline.
And you won't see a lot. It's somewhat like watching payola. You won't see a lot of fancy stuff, but every once in a while they'll throw something in that kind of crosses you up a little bit.
They really do. They formation-wise, well, again, when you playing a league opponent, you get to see everybody quite a bit on film, and they ran very few formations. But like I said, they have several trick plays or different plays that they always throw at you. They throw twist at you every game, but they're just a good, solid off-tackle football, offensive football team. Defense, they're still playing a 4-3 cover 2. Just physical, hard-nosed football team is what they are.
So as we head into tonight's ball game, what's the plan? I mean, what's the practice has been like, and what are you looking to accomplish here this evening?
Well, we had good practice. We had to stay inside once this week just because of the weather, the lightning, and so forth. And then Wednesday, it's perfect. Like we talked about, Louisburg and Ottawa are the only two remaining league schools that have a natural grass field. So it's going to be a mud pit tonight on that field. Once we get half a quarter in, that long, with all the rain we've had, and it's going to be a mud pit. So it's going to be a slugfest, and honestly, the mud, the conditions are going to give us, honestly, they're going to give us an advantage. They're going to give us a chance, because that's going to be an equalizer. For a team that might be a little stronger, a little faster, this mud equalizes that for us. So we're kind of excited. We're going to try to run the ball, and honestly, what we're going to use tonight also for is kind of a tryout with Caleb Kessinger and Elias White for quarterback next year. Kind of give them we're going to give them both multiple possessions to run the show offensively, and we're kind of going to see who can lead the team the best, and so we're certainly not going in this game thinking we can't win. We practice to win, and we prepared to win, and hopefully we can make some big plays and maybe get a turnover or two. And heck, who knows? Who knows?
Right. So I'm taking it Jackson Allen's not suited up this week.
No, he is not. He's not. He didn't clear concussion protocol. Peyton Lee is also out. Brett Ferguson is out. Michael Pickering is still out. So we're, I'm sure everybody's got the injury bug this late in the season, but we've been particularly hard hit by it. But that's all right. We have plenty of kids out here that practiced hard and played hard and are going to play hard tonight, and hopefully get the job done.
Okay, Coach. Thanks a lot for the interview, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks very much.
And that is the Rob Hedrick Show. We'll be back with more here from Louisburg after we take this time out. You're listening to Ottawa Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Thank you for listening to the Superstands Cleaning Service Rob Hedrick pregame show. Stand by. Kickoff for Cyclone Football is next.
Let's see. That big yellow spot came from an ice cream cone. The brown spot was from a super hot cup of coffee. And that purpley blue-gray shadow over there, well, I just couldn't say.
If you have troublesome carpet spots, spills, and stains, stop and call Superstand, your cleaning man. Call 418-2463 for your free estimate. Eliminate spots, spills, stains, and purpley blue-gray shadows from your carpets. Superstand's Cleaning Service, 418-2463.
If you have a high school diploma or equivalent, a minimum of 1 year of clerical experience, and a valid driver's license, the City of Ottawa is recruiting for a special services officer. Complete an application online at hrepartners.com. For more information, visit City of Ottawa, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook or their website, ottawaks.gov.
Bones Transportation has been a family-owned and operated trucking company in Ottawa for over 50 years and a longtime supporter of Ottawa Cyclone Athletics. They wish the Cyclone football team the best of luck this season. Bones Transportation in South Ottawa.
We came to Arvest Bank to learn about free blue checking. What do you like best about your account with no monthly fee?
Just, it's convenient, it's free. When they told me it's free, I was like, what?
I've used several other banks in the past, and so it was very nice to switch to one that had an actually free checking account.
It's just one less thing you have to worry about taking out of your budget.
Do you know the monthly fee for your checking account?
Oh, yes. 0.
Congratulations. Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Smart Ottawa shoppers know Cosentino's Price Chopper has the best rewards program in town. Only Price Chopper lets you earn points on all your purchases. Visit mypricechopper.com and start saving on food or fuel today. Shop Cosentino's, your local family-owned grocer since 1948.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 103.7 FM, 1220, and online at KOFO.com. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Sutton's Jewelry, Quality Structures Incorporated, Ransom Memorial Health, Modern Woodman Agent Dale Pearson, Ottawa University, and by Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Super Stands Cleaning Service, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State Bank, Cosentino's Price Chopper. Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO is also brought to you by the Ottawa Recreation Commission, Adamson Brothers, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Harvest Bank, CarStar, C.S. Cunningham Construction, and by Leon's, the Ottawa Herald, Bank Midwest, the City of Ottawa, State Farm Agent Keith King, also by Ottawa Family Physicians, Bones Transportation, Ottawa High School, and Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. Now, let's return to the field and KOFO Sports Director Gary Bateman for Ottawa Cyclone football.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium as we get set for football action here. Cyclones and the Louisburg Wildcats on a muddy evening here at Louisburg. It was drizzling earlier. Looks like that has finally stopped, but the field, especially the south end of the field, is not in good shape, folks. And it will be very interesting to see how that affects everybody here tonight. And I will say at the outset here that OxyClean will be needed after the game. Taking a look at other games in the area, of course, by now you probably know that the West Franklin-Oskaloosa game was canceled. Oskaloosa needed to cancel that game. They were down to 9 players on their roster. So happy homecoming to West Franklin, although they don't get to play a homecoming football game here this evening. Central Heights is on the road tonight. They're at McLeod. The Vikings are 2-4 on the season. McLeod comes in at 3-3. 3-3 Wellsville Eagles travel to Meriden to take on Jefferson West. That's a big game in that particular district. Both teams are 1-2 in district. Eagles 3-3 overall. Jeff West is 4-2. 6-0 Paola Panthers on the road tonight. They're at Eudora to take on the 1-5 Cardinals. It's Piper coming in 3-3 on the season. They're up the road a little bit here at Spring Hill, who are 2-4. Santa Fe Trail travels to Kansas City tonight to take on the Ward Cyclones. Chargers 3-3 on the year, while Bishop Ward still looking for its first win at 0-6. Baldwin in Frontier League play is at Tonganoxie tonight. The Bulldogs 2-4, while the Chieftains, Ottawa's next opponent, next Friday night at Steve Grogan Stadium, they're 4-2. The 5-1 Prairie View Buffaloes on the road tonight at Anderson County. That's a big district game as well. Buffaloes are perfect in district, 3-0, 5-1 overall. Anderson County 2-4 on the season, but they're 2-1 in district, and a win tonight could help propel them into the number 1 spot in district play in week number 9. Bonner Springs at home tonight. They take on 5A Leavenworth. Pioneers are 1-5, while the Braves are 3-3. A couple of 3-3 teams scoring off at Linden tonight. It's Troy at Linden Tigers. Meredazine Valley 0-6 on the year is at Wakefield tonight. Wakefield is 2-4. Big game in Silver Lake tonight. I think Bob Johnson pointed that out during the Friday Night Lights program. Both the Indians and the Silver Lake Eagles 6-0 and 3-0 in district. So the winner of that one will almost assuredly win the district. And it's Osawatomie on the road tonight at Burlington. Trojans still looking for a win. They're 0-6, while the Wildcats come into tonight's play at 3 wins and 3 losses. Tomorrow afternoon, we have homecoming football for you from Braves Field at Ottawa University as the Braves take on the McPherson Bulldogs. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff, so a 12 o'clock pregame, and the action with Bob Johnson right here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. By the way, all the high school scores and reports from around the state will come your way tonight at 10 o'clock. It's the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show with your host, Nick Gosnell, tonight and every Friday evening at 10 o'clock here on KOFO. Cyclones are out on the field. We still await the arrival of the Wildcats. The clock is winding down. Officials are out on the field. They're waiting for the arrival of the home team so we can have a coin toss and get this game underway. Again, the Cyclones will conclude the regular season the way it's set up now. It's an 8-game regular season, and you have a 9th game that basically is a play-in game to the playoffs in Class 4A. So next week, Ottawa at home, they'll take on the Tonganoxie Chieftains. It's Wall of Honor night at Ottawa High, and we'll have that action for you at 7 o'clock with the 640 pregame show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM. And here come the Wildcats with about 35 seconds on the countdown clock. Should be an interesting evening from the standpoint of who is going to have any kind of footing here this evening. The field, as I mentioned, is patchy, and especially on the south side, as we look at it, the right side of the field, there is grass, of course, but there is an awful lot of brown spots and dark brown spots, meaning mud. Of course, Miami County getting a ton of rain this past week, and of course the rain that occurred today as well, as the captains come out to the 50-yard line for the coin toss. And Ottawa won 2 years ago here, the only win against Louisburg in program history. And then Louisburg last year, behind 5 touchdown runs by Austin Moore, beat the Cyclones 42-19. Toss has been won by Louisburg. They'll receive the opening kickoff, and they'll move right to left as we see it. So the captains will head back to the sidelines, get some final words of instruction here this evening. Ottawa High, for the most part, just playing for pride here tonight and next week. They cannot, in my estimation, they cannot avoid being the bottom seed in Class 4A, the teams that they could possibly. The only way they could, I guess, actually would be to win tonight, win next week against Tonganoxie, and if Eudora lost both their games, then they would move ahead of Eudora. But if they're tied with Eudora, of course, the Cardinals have the tiebreaker in head-to-head play. So Ottawa would have to actually win both of these next 2 games in order to avoid that. Paola is the number 1 team right now in the 4A eastern side of the bracket. Louisburg is number 2, and those 2 teams will play at Paola next Friday night. So Cyclones will tee it up. It'll be Chad Bones kicking it off. Dropping back deep for the Wildcats will be Braden Gage and Brandon Cooper. And it also may be a little bit difficult as time goes on here tonight to give you numbers, especially if we start getting a lot of mud on jerseys. And we're not going to apologize for that at this point in time, but just kind of a word of caution that the white numerals will turn quite dark. White jerseys the Cyclones wear will get dark as well. Hope you enjoyed the action. Kickoff sponsored by Bones Transportation, bringing you Cyclone football and business in Ottawa for over 50 years. Bones Transportation in South Ottawa. Return by Cooper, and he gets it across the 36-yard line, and that's where Louisburg will start the drive, 1st and 10. Wildcat quarterback will be junior Madden Rutherford. He'll send wide receiver Joshua Casey wide to the right, otherwise double tight formation. Or is the deep back. He'll get the handoff off the right side, hit at the line of scrimmage, and drag down after a gain of a couple. Cyclone tackle made there by Gabriel Bueno. Gain of a couple, second down 8 for Louisburg. This time a wing T look. And in motion right. Handoff goes to Moore again. He finds an opening, breaks into the secondaries across midfield and into Cyclone territory and down to the 46-yard line. 16-yard gain by Moore just outside the right tackle, and a first down for the Wildcats in Ottawa territory. Rutherford under center. Time man in motion left, and the handoff inside to Moore once again, battling his way forward down to the 40 before he is brought down. Chad Bones makes the tackle, but it'll be a gain of 6 and second down and 4. Wildcats come up, second down and 4. Handoff to Moore, hitting the backfield, but breaks that tackle. Gets it down to the 37-yard line, short of the first down. Cyclone tackle was made by Xavi Bithe, and it'll be third down and 1. .9:46 to play, first quarter, 0-0. Louisburg moving on their first drive. They started it at the 36. Faced with a 3rd and 1 here. It's Moore off the left guard, breaks the tackle, gets the first down to about the 34-yard line. Elias White had a chance for him in the backfield, but didn't have a good angle, and Moore broke that tackle easily, picked up 3, and the chains will move. Oregon, the tailback, behind Rutherford, the quarterback. Lone receiver split to this side of the field. And back to throw goes Rutherford. He looks deep down the field. He's got a man open. The pass is going to be incomplete. There was some contact at around the 7-yard line, but it was incidental, according to the official. Pass was intended for one of the tight ends there. And it's second down and 10. And the receiver was Braden Gage. Casey splits wide to the right. Getting the handoff this time is Moore. He's got some room. He gets it close to the 25. Stops shy of the first down by about a yard off the right side. Santa Fe Trail has scored early against Bishop Ward. They lead the Cyclones 7-0. Just a minute and a half gone in that one. 3rd and 1. The wings are Gage and Charles Kuntz. Gage goes in motion left. Handoff goes to Moore. He tries to get to the outside and does. He's to the 20. He's to the 15, 10. He's to the 5. And he is going to be down at the 1. Moore tried to get it into the end zone, but came up just shy. And it's 1st and goal. Brandon Carlson made the stop, but 1st and goal, Louisburg. power formation left this time. And it's Moore off the left guard, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisburg. So a 64-yard drive, and the Wildcats on the board. Looks like the Cats will go for two here. On a night like tonight, footing is going to be terrible for kickers anyway. Age in motion, handoff Moore, trying to turn the corner, grabbed in the backfield. He'll be stopped, and the two-point conversion run is no good. There's timeout on the field with 7:59 to play in the first period. The score is Louisburg 6 and Ottawa nothing. And we'll be back after this 30-second break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Many people are finding themselves spending more and more time sitting behind a computer or standing for long hours during the day. Each time we lean forward 60 degrees, the stress placed on our neck is increased dramatically. Bad posture can lead to numbness, pain, tense nerves, and even affect your breathing. Stress on your neck can also lead to tense upper back and shoulder muscles, resulting in frequent headaches due to this poor posture. This is Dr. Sherry Jung at Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. Give us a call today for a no-charge consultation at 785-242-4100.
64-yard touchdown drive for Louisburg. Austin Moore did almost all the damage himself and scores on a 1-yard run to make it 6-0. He did not get the two-point conversion. Dropping back deep for the Cyclones, Brandon Carlson and Xavi Bethe. Bethe, of course, ran a kickoff back for a touchdown last week. Some scores to pass along to you. Paola's jumped out on top of Eudora 7-0. Silver Lake leads Osage City 6-0. Both those games in the first period. Drake Barnes will kick it off. And a little line drive kick fielded by an up back. And looking for some room. Ottawa's going to get good field position at about the 40-yard line. Has Tucker Mace on that kickoff return. Tucker's uniform already so muddy we could not make out the numeral. So the Cyclones will come up on 1st and 10. Elias White, I believe, is a quarterback to start the ball game. Xavi Bethe is the running back behind him. Man in motion right. Bethe gets the carry up the middle, finds an opening. He's across the midfield stripe, has a first down. So Bethe, running straight up the middle, picks up 10 and a Cyclone first down just inside Louisburg territory. Santa Fe Trail has scored again, 14-0 over Bishop Ward. Twin receivers each side of the field on 1st down 10. And keeping is White. White gets about 5 to the 45-yard line. Boy, there was a big hit on Bethe in the backfield, but White had pulled the ball back, and he gets good yardage on 1st down. Spring Hill has jumped out on top of Piper, 7-0 Broncos, about halfway through the first period. 2nd and 5, Ottawa at the Louisburg 45. Again, twin receivers split to each side. White out of the shotgun. Blitz being shown from the inside here. And we got a whistle and we'll have a penalty. And it was a delay of game call against Ottawa. Cyclones throughout the season have shot themselves in the foot with penalties and turnovers. This one Makes it, instead of a 2nd and 5, now 2nd and 10 back at midfield. Another score for Santa Fe Trail, 21-0 over Bishop Ward. And a fumble on the snap. And it appears that Louisburg has recovered. I think Brian Hauk made the fumble recovery. So Louisburg will have it just inside Cyclone territory. 1st and 10. $21-0 Santa Fe Trail, and that game is only 3.5 minutes old. First and 10, Louisburg. Rutherford under center. Then Gage in motion left. Hand off on the trap to Moore, and a good defensive play by the Cyclones stops him for just about a yard gain. That was White on the tackle. Tripped Moore up, and that will actually be no gain, 2nd down 10. .5:49 to play, first period. Louisburg leads at 6-0. Cooper splits as a wide receiver, far side. Wing T formation. And it is Moore trying the right side again. He'll get yardage down to about the 45 before he's stopped. Third down and a long 5. Wildcats break the huddle with 12 on the play clock. Third down and 5. Moore carries, tries to get around the left sideline. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, stiff arms a man, but then he slips and falls shy of the first down yardage. Chad Bones slowed him up enough, and then Moore got to one of those spots on the field that was slick and lost his footing, and he's shy of the first down by a yard. It's 4th and 1. Tonganoxie leads Baldwin 7-0, halfway through the first period there. 4th and 1, and the Wildcats will go for it. Quarterback sneak by Rutherford. He appears to have the first down. They'll spot him inside the 39, and that is enough for the 1st and 10. Stops the clock momentarily with 4:02 to play, first period. Rutherford under center. Keeps it himself, trying to get around the right side. Gets it to the 35 and is out of bounds at around the 31-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 7, maybe 8. Homecoming at Ottawa University this weekend. The Braves take on the McPherson Bulldogs tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Our pregame starts at 12 right here on 1220 and 103.7 FM. 2nd and 3, Wildcats. Moore on the carry up the middle, has the first down, breaking tackles inside the 25 and down to near the 22-yard line. They may have given him the 21. Paola has scored again. They lead Eudora tonight 14-0. And in motion left, Moore once again inside the 20 down to the 17. Off the left side of that Louisburg offensive line that time. Clock is moving, 2:40 to play here in the first period. Wildcats lead 6-0 and driving for more after they recovered an Ottawa fumble. On 2nd down and 6, the handoff will go this time to Gage. He is hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain. Ethan Jansen in on the tackle. Third down and let's call it 5 for the Cyclones. Or the deep back. Single receiver near side. Or with the carry inside the 15, does not get the first downs. Stops about the 14-yard line. It'll be another 4th down situation. Jansen, Carlson, and Adrian Aho in on the stop. 4th down, and let's see, it'll be about 4th and 3 for the Wildcats. Rutherford hurries in with the play call after going to the sideline. Play clock down to 7, and Louisburg will ask for time. The timeout comes with 1:10 to play in the first quarter. The score, Louisburg 6 and Ottawa nothing. Let's pause for 30 seconds. This is Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Ottawa High School staff and faculty, along with the administration of USD 290, are proud of their student athletes, not only for their accomplishments during competition, but how they conduct themselves as members of the community. Good luck, and go Cyclones.
Street construction has finally hit Leon's in downtown Ottawa. We will have blowout specials every day. Last Monday, it was buy any super burrito and get one for $1. These specials will change daily and sometimes twice per day. Keep up with us on Leon's Facebook page or call 242-8227.
With the play clock running down, Louisburg elects to use a timeout here, facing a 4th down and 3 at the Cyclone 14-yard line. Rutherford will work from under center or the tailback. And in motion right. On the trap play, it's Moore, and Moore fighting. I believe he got the first down near the 10. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, but fought his way forward and picks up the first down just outside the Ottawa 10. McLeod and Central Heights tied at 8 in their matchup tonight at McLeod. Well, they're going to bring the chains across. They're going to measure, but it sure looked to me up here that at least by the length of the football, he got the first down. Well, I think it was closer than that, but he did pick up the 1st and 10. Wildcats can get a first down without scoring. 1:02 to play here in the first. 6-0 Wildcats, and they are driving. And in motion right, Rolling out, looking to throw. Man is wide open, and touchdown, Louisburg. Found the man in motion, Charles Kuntz. Found an opening in the secondary, and a 10-yard pass from Madden Rutherford. It's 12-0. Louisburg will go for 2 here. Keeping is Rutherford. Slips and falls. Does not make it to the end zone. Again, the 2-point conversion run failed. Timeout on the field with 39 seconds to go in the first. It's Louisburg 12 and Ottawa nothing. And we're back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Even though school has already started, getting your child's school physical is still possible at Ottawa Care Clinic. Now open 7 days a week inside Cosentino's Prize Chopper, 120 East 19th. No appointment is necessary, and a staff of experienced and caring registered nurse practitioners is waiting to help you. Remember, bring your physical form, proof of insurance, or $50. Most insurances are accepted. Ottawa Care Clinic open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 11 till 7, Saturdays 9 till 4, Sundays 9 till 3.
50-yard drive for Louisburg after recovering the fumble. The score this time on the pass play from Madden Rutherford to Charles Kuntz, covering 10 yards. Carlson and Bethay will be back deep for the Cyclones. Barnes will kick it off. High end over in kick this time will be fielded by Carlson, looking for an opening. He's across the 30 and out to about the 33. Benjamin Weidman made the stop. And the Cyclones will start 1st and 10 at their own 32 and a half. Ottawa comes up 1st and 10. Tight formation. Strong right. And slipping as he went to make a move was White. No gain on the play, 2nd down 10. White went to make a cut, and his feet just went right out from under him. Well, I tell you what, this is already nearly impossible to tell the Cyclone numbers. And that is the end of the first quarter. At the end of one here from Wildcat Stadium, Louisburg leads Ottawa 12-0. We'll take a minute break. You're listening to Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
Sutton's Jewelry of Ottawa brings their finest right into your home with the help of their Facebook page. Check in regularly for newly arriving pieces, just in time for the holidays. And for Vera Bradley Designs, your only local retail location is Sutton's Jewelry. From wedding sets to charm bracelets, jewelry repaired to customized jewelry pieces, Sutton's Jewelry specialists are available to help you. So like them on Facebook to keep up to date on Sutton's newest, and stop in 213 South Main, Ottawa for up-close and personal service.
I came here to run cross country, and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests, but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families, like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team, to be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
Second quarter set to get underway here. Keeping the ball is White off the right side. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of about half a yard. 3rd down and 10 now. 12-0 Louisburg. Here are the other scores we have. Central Heights and McLeod tied up at 8. Spring Hill leads Piper 7-0. Paola over Eudora 14-0. Santa Fe Trail has scored again 28-0 over Bishop Ward. Tonganoxie 7, Baldwin 0. Silver Lake 6, Osage City 0. And Burlington 6, Osawatomie 0. 3rd down 10. In motion comes Dadrian Aho. Back to throw is White. Down across the middle, he finds Brandon Carlson. Carlson makes the catch. He's into Louisburg territory and all the way down to the 42-yard line. Nice route run by Carlson, and White hit him in stride. And it's a 1st down for Ottawa. McLeod has scored. They lead Central Heights 14-8. 1st and 10 Cyclones at the Louisburg 42-yard line. White on the quarterback draw. He's hit behind the line. Might have lost a half a yard. Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Carlson brings the play call in from the bench and then comes this way as a receiver. Bueno and Aho split to the far side of the field. Out of the shotgun, White with Bethe behind him. And a handoff to Bethe, and the blitzing linebacker got him in the backfield. White pointed out that man looked like he was blitzing. Nobody picked him up. It was Beckett Rasmussen who came through to make the tackle. And a loss back to the 46. It'll be 3rd down 14. Louisburg leads at 12-0, 10-10 to play in the 1st half. High school football scoreboard show comes your way tonight at 10 o'clock here on KOFO. Jet sweep to Aho, and that's read perfectly, and another loss on the play is Charlie Kuntz making the tackle. Loss all the way back to the 50-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 18. Cyclones back in punt formation. Kind of an odd formation. Bunch of people on the right-hand side, and now Rob Hedrick's got to burn a timeout. Cyclones call their first timeout of the half. 9:10 to play in the half. 12-0 Louisburg. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Technology, mobile banking. I totally heart my bank.
Kansas State Bank. A better way to bank with community people you know. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Cyclones have to use a timeout on a 4th and 18. Got a score from Anderson County where Prairie View leads the Bulldogs tonight 8-0 at the end of one period. Cameron Reynolds will be in punt formation. Single safety back deep for Louisburg. Good snap. Reynolds gets the kick away, line drive kick. It'll roll over the head or bounce over the head of the Louisburg receiver as he slipped, and it'll roll dead at the 10-yard line. So a 40-yard kick by Reynolds with no return, and the Wildcats will start deep in their own territory on this drive, leading by 12. Each Tuesday night, it's the Pizza Time Kent Kessinger Show, live from Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa. The show starts at 7:06. Join Bob Johnson and Coach Kessinger to talk about previous week's game and preview the upcoming opponent. 7:06 Tuesday night. It's the Pizza Time Kessinger Show here on KOFO. First and 10 Wildcats. Rutherford under center. On the delay, hands off to Moore, and Moore burrows his head, picks up a couple out to the 12. Second and 8 for the Wildcats. Single receiver far side, that is Weston Getterman. Delay once again to Moore. He's across the 15 out to around the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. They'll bring up a third down and 2. Louisburg has scored on each of their previous 2 possessions. Facing a third down, short 2 here. Moore, right up the middle, has the first down out to the 23 before he's brought down. Bueno made the tackle, but not before Moore got 5 yards in the first and 10. Ball spotted just shy of the 24-yard line. Rolling out, looking to throw. Rutherford throws out in the flat, has his man. Catch made, and out across the 30, near the 35, is Charlie Kuntz. Edwin Duarte Miranda made the tackle, but it's a first down on an 11-yard pickup. And comes in motion right. On the reverse, that's Gage looking to turn the corner. He's to the 35. He's to the 40 before he's tripped up. They'll spot him at the 41. That'll be a 6-yard pickup. Santa Fe Trail now leads Bishop Ward 36-0. That game is still in the first quarter. Second down 4. Clock is running. 6:27 to play before half. Louisburg leads 12-0. Handoff goes to Moore. Moore gets it to the 45. He's near the first down. Chad Bones made the tackle. They will say he is short by about the length of the football. Third down short. Piper has tied up the game against Spring Hill. 7-7 early second period. And a whistle and a false start called against the Wildcats. Ball moved back to the 40 where it's now third down and 5. Straight drop by Rutherford. Pump fakes, throws out in the flat. Pass is dropped by Moore. And he would have had the first down, but he dropped it out there in the flat. He'll bring up a fourth down situation. And the punt unit comes on for Louisburg. Brandon Carlson will be the deep man for Ottawa. Kicks away, line drive kick, should be returnable. Carlson at the 26, stutter steps, now he doesn't have much to do, and he's smothered at about the 31-yard line. On a night like tonight, that's probably not a good decision to make. You've just got to head up the field, try to get yourself ahead of steam, and see if they can bring you down. They'll actually say that Carlson went down back at the 29, so that's where Ottawa will start this drive. First and 10 for the Cyclones. Looks like it's still White in at quarterback with Bethay behind him. Bethay up the middle, gets a yard out to across the 30. Looks like the drizzle has started once again here. Second down and 9. Twin receivers right, twins to the left also. Blitz up the middle. Option play, pitch goes to Bethay. Bethay is tackled at the 32, maybe the 33. That's a good stop out there by Beckett Rasmussen. He just kind of went low and took Bethay's legs out from under him. Xavi picked up 3 yards. It'll be third down and a long 5. Three minutes, 48 seconds to play in the first half. Louisburg leads 12-0. White to throw, has a man open in the flat. First down yardage across the 40 to the 43. I believe that was Chad Bones. So the Cyclones move the chains. Their previous 2 drives have taken them into Louisburg territory, but then trouble has ensued. And out of the shotgun formation. White again to throw. Throws a deep ball downfield, and that pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended for Bones. White threw it into double coverage. Stops the clock with 3:08 to play before half. Second and 10, Ottawa High. Nobody on the receiver out here on the left side. That should be an automatic call. It says that quarterback draw. There's nothing for Elias White as he tried to take it up the middle. Now third and 11. There was a receiver out here on this near side that had no coverage on him. That should be an automatic call. You get that ball out there and see if he can create. Third down 11. And whistle. Timeout call for by Ottawa. This timeout comes with 2:22 to play before half. Louisburg 12, Ottawa nothing. 30-second break. This is Ottawa High football on KOFO.
Want to win a shopping spree? You're in luck because the Ottawa Herald has partnered with Ottawa Main Street, and we're giving away $50 in Main Street bucks every month to one lucky winner. Go to ottawaherald.com/contest and enter today.
Kramer Pharmacy, downtown Ottawa, hopes you're enjoying this KOFO sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. Call 242-2055.
Cyclones with one timeout remaining. They face a 3rd down 11 at their own 43-yard line. Three receivers right. White will throw, rolling right now. Looks, throws, and the pass incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Gabriel Bueno along the sideline. And it will be a punting situation for Ottawa. Paola has scored once again. Panthers lead the Eudora Cardinals 21-0. Cyclones come up in an offensive formation on 4th and 11. And now we have a whistle. Louisburg calls timeout. Their second timeout of the half comes with 2:13 to go. 12-0. Wildcats lead the Cyclones and will return in 30 seconds. This is Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
Have you seen the Coliseum in Rome? Kind of crumbly looking, isn't it? That's because it wasn't built by C.S. Cunningham Concrete. In fact, if C.S. Cunningham had been around back then, the Leaning Tower of Pisa would simply be known as the Tower of Pisa. No lean. That's because C.S. Cunningham Concrete does it right, with fully trained and licensed workers. If they'd built the London Bridge, there'd be no song about it falling down. Commercial, residential, concrete. C.S. Cunningham, 785-242-7101.
Both teams have used 2 of their timeouts now. Still 2:13 to play before halftime. Wildcats lead the Cyclones 12-0. Santa Fe Trail has scored again against Bishop Ward. The score now 42-0, and 8 seconds gone in the second period. So that has been a bit of a massacre up there in Kansas City, Kansas. Bit of a high snap off the hands of the punter, and Reynolds got the kick off somehow. It will roll dead at the Wildcat 41, but Reynolds had that ball go high, and through his fingertips, he got the football and got a kick off, and that's the important thing right there. Wildcats have pretty good field position to start this drive at their own 41. Wildcats come up on 1st and 10. They will send Joshua Casey wide to the right. Rutherford on the wingback reverse. And Kuntz breaks into the secondary. One man to beat. He's down the sidelines. Duarte drags him down from behind. Flag is down. That'll be a horse collar tackle, but it saved a touchdown. Kuntz has had himself a game already. And the horse collar tackle will tack on another half the distance to the goal, so another 12 yards or so. But Duarte Miranda did everything he could just to save the touchdown. It's a straight 15-yard penalty, evidently. They move it all the way to the 10. I think the Ottawa sideline may not have been happy with the 15-yard mark-off. First down and goal at the 10. Gage in motion left. And a wingback reverse once again. And let's see who that is. They've stopped his forward progress. That was Kuntz once again. After the whistle blew, he kind of broke free, but they've ruled him down. He picked up a couple, 2nd and goal. Osage City leads Silver Lake in the second period. Indians 13, Eagles 12. Moore straight up the middle, finding his blockers, fighting his way into the end zone, touchdown. That makes the score 18-0. And it looks like once again the Wildcats will go for 2 here. We'll have a report from the KOFO newsroom for you at halftime here tonight. Don't forget the high school football scoreboard show comes your way tonight at 10 o'clock. Moore hit right as he got the football, and the 2-point conversion run, again, no good. There's timeout on the field with 56 seconds to play in the first half. The score is Louisburg 18 and Ottawa nothing. We'll return with the kickoff in 30 seconds, and you're listening to Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Dr. Mike Hyatt, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic.
The number one overall health problem that we have and that we're dealing with right now would be being overweight or being obese. How do we talk about this? I think our role is to encourage our patients to become more active, encourage them to park a little further away out in the parking lot, to try and take 1,000 extra steps a day, to try and watch what they eat.
For your free consultation, call 785-242-4100, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic.
Touchdown drive by Louisburg, covers 59 yards. The big play was the big wingback reverse by Charlie Kuntz, and the 15-yard penalty tacked on top of it. And Austin Moore with his second touchdown run of the night from 8 yards away. Barnes will kick it off to either Bethay or Carlson. Line drive kick, and that'll be Carlson picking it up. He's across the 25 and out across the 30 before he's brought down. Ottawa will start at their own 30-yard line with just 50 seconds and one timeout. Louisburg will play a 9th week home game here, that is for sure. This field really needs some work. White looking to throw, now throws it out in the flat and overthrows his intended receiver. Another Santa Fe Trail touchdown, 48-0 on Bishop Ward. Still 9 minutes to go in the first half. Two receivers each side. Blitz up the middle. Quarterback draw. White gets the couple out to the 34. Was a good call considering the fact that Louisburg was blitzing, but White really couldn't keep his footing. Went down after a gain of about 3. Clock is running, 25 seconds to go in the half. Ottawa does have to run one more full play. It is 3rd down, and let's call it 7. White on the carry, slips as he crosses the 35, and that is the end of the first half. At halftime here at Wildcat Stadium, the score is Louisburg 18 and Ottawa nothing. We'll be back after this 2-minute break. You're listening to Ottawa Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Ask any coach. Wishing for a good game is not the best game plan. At home, wishing your carpet and furniture were clean isn't much of a game plan either. Stop wishing. Let Super Stan be your cleaning man. Super Stan's Cleaning Service at 418-2463. Stan's been making life clean, fresh, and more enjoyable for your friends and neighbors for over 40 years. Kids, pets, unexpected visits from relatives. They all can take a toll on your carpet. Live life clean and fresh. Call Super Stan's Cleaning Service today at 418-2463. Let Stan be your cleaning man. 418-2463.
Chad Bruner, Director of the Ottawa Recreation Commission.
The Ottawa Recreation Commission would like to thank all of our volunteers for their service in helping with the ORC. These individuals play an important role in everything we do here. From all the ORC staff and board members, thank you.
You've spent countless hours and more money than you even realize establishing and running your business. When was the last time you evaluated how you're marketing your business? Other than your family and a few friends, how many potential customers or clients even know where you are or what you do? KOFO Marketing can help. Local radio advertising is still one of the most effective and affordable ways to share your message every day. Daily radio advertising builds image, trust, and value. Don't you want that for your business? Email sales@kofo.com or call 242-1220.
When it comes to your home, quality matters. And when quality matters, choose the best. Choose Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling. Call to have your air conditioning system serviced today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Dr. Mike Hyatt, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic.
People in the United States will suffer at least 1 or 2 episodes of debilitating back pain in their life. You know, we see an epidemic in prescription medication abuse and overdose. Chiropractic is a natural, hands-on, patient-centered health care treatment for low back pain, for neck pain, for mid-back pain. We're an alternative to having to take medications. We're an alternative to having to have surgery.
For your free consultation, call 785-242-4100.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Louisburg leads Ottawa at halftime here, 18-0. It's been all Wildcats on the scoreboard. Ottawa has moved the ball a little bit here in the first half, but a couple times they've shot themselves in the foot. First of all, they got the ball inside Wildcat territory and then had to punt it away. Then they also had a 3rd down and 5. Got a delay of game penalty and then fumbled the football, which set up the second Wildcat touchdown. And Ottawa down here at half, 18-0. Austin Moore has 2 touchdown runs from 1 and 8 yards out. And then Madden Rutherford in between those two found Charlie Kuntz with a 10-yard touchdown pass. Each of the 2-point conversion runs have failed. And that's where we stand here at halftime, 18-0. Wildcats right now standing at about 180, 190 yards in total offense. Cyclones have about 50. And I think we'll send it back to the station after this 2-minute break for a report from the KOFO newsroom. Again, your score here at halftime is Louisburg 18 and Ottawa nothing. And you're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Eric Price and his staff at the Lamb Roberts Funeral Homes are proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast and honored to help so many families in the community with compassionate care when it's needed most. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
If you have a high school diploma or equivalent, a minimum of 1 year of clerical experience, and a valid driver's license, the City of Ottawa is recruiting for a special services officer. Complete an application online at hrepartners.com. For more information, visit cityofottawa.ca. of Ottawa, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook or their website, ottawaks.gov.
Many people are finding themselves spending more and more time sitting behind a computer or standing for long hours during the day. Each time we lean forward 60 degrees, the stress placed on our neck is increased dramatically. Bad posture can lead to numbness, pain, tense nerves, and even affect your breathing. Stress on your neck can also lead to tense upper back and shoulder muscles, resulting in frequent headaches due to this poor posture. This is Dr. Sherry Jung at Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. Give us a call today for a no-charge consultation at 785-242-4100.
Bones Transportation has been a family-owned and operated trucking company in Ottawa for over 50 years and a longtime supporter of Ottawa Cyclone Athletics. They wish the Cyclone football team the best of luck this season. Bones Transportation in South Ottawa.
Quality Structures Incorporated in Richmond is proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast. They know that experience matters on the field and when it comes to your building needs. Visit QualityStructures.com and put their years of experience in constructing post-frame buildings to work for you.
Ottawa Family Physicians remind you that the Ottawa Care Clinic at Cosentino's Price Chopper is staffed by registered nurse practitioners treating minor illnesses as well as providing school and camp physicals. No appointment necessary. The Ottawa Care Clinic inside Cosentino's. Call 785-214-4903.
It's time is halftime. Good evening. I'm Sam White in the KOFO newsroom with this hour's top stories. The Kansas Insurance Department has released more 2019 health insurance open enrollment information, including a department overview of the health plans for Kansas consumers. According to Commissioner of Insurance Ken Selzer, the time period applies to plans sold on and off of the federal marketplace. KOFO's Jeff Brewer has more.
Seltzer says those choosing a new health plan for coverage beginning January 1st, 2019 also has several other factors to consider. Making sure your providers, doctors, hospitals, and other healthcare providers are within the plan's network is important. Secondly, you should note that networks can vary within the same company depending on where you live. Finally, you should understand that companies may change the type of policy from one year to the next.
The open enrollment period for the 2019 plan year begins November 1st and ends December 15th of this year. If you need more assistance, contact the Consumer Assistance Division at the Insurance Department. A former consultant with the Adidas Shoe Company testified Thursday about KU basketball players, past and present, at a federal trial in New York. Greg Eichlin has more.
According to CBSSports.com, University of Kansas Athletics uncovered a wire transfer between former Adidas consultant T.J. Gasnola and the mother of Billy Preston, a freshman last year who ended his time at KU having never played a regular season game. According to Gasnola's testimony on the stand, KU Athletics learned of the payment during its internal investigation of an automobile accident on campus in which Preston was driving.
Gasnola also testified that he paid $2,500 to the guardian of sophomore Silvio De Sosa and kept it a secret from the coaching staff. The trial continues in New York City. Your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast. A flood warning continues for the Maridazine River at Osawatomie and Lacine. Tonight, for the rest of your ball game, it's going to be overcast and gradually becoming partly clear, the low of 39. Tomorrow, kick off your weekend, mostly sunny, the high of 57. Tomorrow night, a 50% chance of showers as the rain's back, overcast with a low of 45. And Sunday, 90% chance of showers, overcast and breezy, high of 50. I'm Sam White, KOFO News.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Street construction has finally hit Leon's in downtown Ottawa. We will have blowout specials every day. Last Monday, it was buy any super burrito and get one for $1. These specials will change daily and sometimes twice per day. Keep up with us on Leon's Facebook page or call 242-8227.
If you have a high school diploma or equivalent, a minimum of 1 year of clerical experience, and a valid driver's license, the City of Ottawa is recruiting for a special services officer. Complete an application online at hrepartners.com. For more information, visit City of Ottawa, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook or their website, ottawaks.gov.
You've spent countless hours and more money than you even realize establishing and running your business. When was the last time you evaluated how you're marketing your business? Other than your family and a few friends, how many put potential customers or clients even know where you are or what you do? KOFO Marketing can help. Local radio advertising is still one of the most effective and affordable ways to share your message every day. Daily radio advertising builds image, trust, and value. Don't you want that for your business? Email sales@kofo.com or call 242-1220. Whether it's on the field as a player or tackling your yard as a weekend warrior, injuries happen. The Orthopedic Associates of Ottawa at Ransom Memorial Health can reduce your pain, increase your function, and get you back in the game. Find out about their remarkable care by visiting ransom.org.
Ottawa High School staff and faculty, along with the administration of USD 290, are proud of their student athletes, not only for their accomplishments during competition, but how they conduct themselves as members of the community. Good luck, and go Cyclones.
Safe, secure, strong. We're rock solid. Kansas State Bank. A better way to bank with community people you know. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Wildcat Stadium, where Louisburg leads Ottawa at halftime, 18-0. Let's take a look at the Cyclone sports calendar for the week, and not a whole lot on there. Volleyball has, I believe, their final regular season match of the year on Tuesday. They are over at Paola to take on the Panthers. Boys soccer will have a home match against Highland Park. A road match against Highland Park on Monday, the 15th. And then on Thursday, they'll be back home, and the opponent will be Paola. The OU sports calendar, just a little bit busier than that. We'll pass along to you that the OU women's volleyball team beat Mid-America Nazarene University 3-1 this evening. And they will be in action tomorrow back in KCAC play, taking on Oklahoma Wesleyan. And I believe that is a 7 o'clock start at Wilson Fieldhouse. Tuesday, the ladies volleyball team will be home against University of St. Mary, and then they'll travel to Columbia College for a match on Thursday. Soccer plays on the road tomorrow at St. Mary, and then at Avila a week from today. And bowling gets underway, so it's bowling season at Ottawa University, and both the ladies and the guys are at the Springfield tournament tomorrow and Sunday. And, of course, don't forget about the homecoming football game tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. The Braves take on the McPherson Bulldogs at Braves Field. It'll be a big crowd on hand, so you'll want to get there early. But if you can't be there in person, join Bob Johnson. He'll provide the play-by-play for you from the press box at Braves Field. He'll get underway with the pregame show at 12 o'clock tomorrow right here on KOFO. Again, your halftime score, 18-0, Louisburg leading Ottawa. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back with more. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Hi, this is Margie Hindeleiter from Bank Midwest. You'll often hear us say, this is where common sense lives. That means doing the little things, like knowing your name. And it means supporting Ottawa High School. That should be common sense for how a bank does business. Bank Midwest, where common sense lives.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Even though school has already started, getting your child's school physical is still possible at Ottawa Care Clinic. Now open 7 days a week inside Cosentino's Prize Chopper, 120 East 19th. No appointment is necessary, and a staff of experienced and caring registered nurse practitioners is waiting to help you. Remember, bring your physical form, proof of insurance, or $50. Most insurances are accepted. Ottawa Care Clinic open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 11 till 7, Saturdays 9 till 4, Sundays 9 till 3. Dr. Mike Hyatt, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic.
The number one overall health problem that we have and that we're dealing with right now would be being overweight or being obese. How do we talk about this? I think our role is to encourage our patients to become more active, encourage them to park a little further away out in the parking lot, to try and take 1,000 extra steps a day, to try and watch what they eat.
For your free consultation, call 785-242-4100, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic.
Eric Price and his staff at the Lamb Roberts Funeral Homes are proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast and honored to help so many families in the community with compassionate care when it's needed most. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook.
If you have a high school diploma or equivalent, a minimum of 1 year of clerical experience, and a valid driver's license, the City of Ottawa is recruiting for a special services officer. Complete an application online at hrepartners.com. For more information, visit City of Ottawa, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook or their website, ottawaks.gov.
Cyclones back out on the field as we get set for the second half of play. Let's quickly give you the scores that we have here. First of all, the last score we had from McLeod and Central Heights at McLeod, and the Bulldogs were leading the Vikings 14-8 in that one. Jefferson West was leading Wellsville at last count 14-6. At halftime, Paola 21, Eudora nothing. Spring Hill leads Piper 14-7. Still 6 minutes to go in the first half, and Santa Fe Trail all over Bishop Ward 52-0. Haven't gotten an update very recently on this score. Tonganoxie was leading Baldwin 7-0 last we checked. At half, Prairie View 14, Anderson County nothing. No score to report from Leavenworth and Bonner Springs. More from Troy at Linden. Also, Meridazine Valley at Wakefield. Silver Lake has retaken the lead on Osage City. Eagles 20 and Osage City 13. And this score hasn't been updated for a while either. Burlington was leading Osawatomie 6-0. Scores and reports from around the state coming your way tonight at 10 o'clock right here on the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show on KOFO. Wildcats are back out on the field as well. We'll pause for 1 minute and have the second half of play for you. 18-0 Wildcats over the Cyclones. This is Ottawa High Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
And we're back. One more round, Cindy, and you win.
I'm ready.
Name a bank with at least 250 locations.
Arvest Bank.
Yes. Name a bank with longer hours and award-winning service.
Arvest.
Yes, that can give you a mortgage, credit card, or loan.
Arvest.
Has a free blue checking account you can open online.
Arvest.
And has an online switch kit.
Arvest Bank.
That is correct. You're a winner.
You can be a winner, too, when you open a free blue checking at Arvest Bank. Go to arvest.com/switch or visit a friendly nearby associate. Equal housing lender.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
18-0 Louisburg. Wildcats have scored on 2 runs, one of 1 yard, one of 8 yard by senior Austin Moore, and a 10-yard pass from Madden Rutherford to Charlie Kuntz. Cyclones will get the ball to start the second half. See if we can get any more score updates for you. Again, all the scores tonight on the High School Football Scoreboard Show on KOFO. It appears to continue to drizzle here at Louisburg. The front that came through that dropped the temperatures is taking its sweet time getting all the way through the area. And as I mentioned earlier, and actually I've mentioned throughout the evening, this field has really seen bad times here this football season. Of course, we had several evenings. I think back to the Ottawa game when they played at Spring Hill, how much rain we got that night. And this field will get a couple of weeks to try to restore itself with probably some help from Louisburg maintenance people. But the Wildcats will play a home game here in week number 9. Of course, the opponent yet to be determined. But right now the field is very muddy. The footing is very treacherous. Both teams, when they have tried to go outside, have had trouble. As I mentioned, the Cyclones will receive the second half kickoff. Barnes tees it up, kicking to either Bethe or Carlson, standing at about the 10-yard line. Short kick by Barnes this time, fielded by an up back. Stumbles, gets out to the 35, still on his feet to the 40 and out to the 42. And that was Chad Bones on the return for the Cyclones. Otto starts with good field position at the 42. Formation strong right. And in motion is Bueno, but then he stops on the other side as the tight end. Play clock down to 6. Pitch goes to Bethe, looking for something, cuts it against the grain, picks up a couple out near the 45. Second down and 8. And Ottawa uses the same formation. Quarterback draw by White, and White gets it out to around the 48 before he's tripped up. Third down, and let's call it a short 4 for Ottawa. They need to get the ball to the Louisburg 48. Formation is once again tight. 4-man front for the Wildcats. Blitz up the middle. Rolling out right, looking to throw is White. And now we'll pull it down and run it, and he'll have the first down, and he takes out the official as he's brought down along the sidelines. Line judge got in the way of that one. White picks up the first down inside Louisburg territory. This is the third time that Ottawa's been in Wildcat territory. This time they split the receivers, twins each side. In motion comes Duarte. Option left. White breaks a tackle and then stumbles as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. He had a lot of green in front of him. No gain on the play, but boy, that could have been a big one. As White broke a tackle in the backfield and then cut it against the grain, but making any kind of a cut here tonight is a treacherous endeavor, and White went down. .9:55 to play in the third period. 18-0 Louisburg. Cyclones have it second down and 10. White will throw across the middle, and it's nearly picked off. It was intended out there for Adrian Aho. And it'll bring up a third down 10. Bones and Ajo split left. Bueno and Duarte come right. Bise behind White on 3rd and 10. Straight drop, pass out in the flat to Bise. Bise looking for an opening, only gets about a yard to the 43, and a late flag is thrown. And holding called what appeared to be after the play was over on the Cyclones. So now let's see what Louisburg decides to do. The play did not pick up all but about a yard, and the Wildcats will decline the penalty, and it'll be a 4th and 9. Halftime score, Santa Fe Trail 57, Bishop Ward nothing. Ottawa quick kick, near side, rolls out of bounds inside the 15. So Louisburg will take over at the 13-yard line. Some of the Cyclone jerseys are just kind of a dirt-colored brown with red lettering, so it's very difficult to read. Wildcats 1st and 10 from their own 13. In motion, Kuntz. Straight up the middle goes Austin Moore across the 15 to around the 16-yard line for a pickup of 3. Louisburg will take their time in the huddle, you would think. Let's let that clock run. They're leading by 18 here with 8:35 to play, 3rd period. Keeping is Rutherford. Hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, gets it out to around the 19 before Ethan Jansen brings him down. It'll be a 3rd down 4. Wildcats break the huddle, 10 on the play clock. Rutherford under center. Kuntz in motion right. Handoff right to Moore. Moore finding his way toward the sticks. He runs sideways, and I'm not sure that he got the first down, but it looks like from the spot that he did. Duarte checks into the Cyclone lineup, replacing Austin Spangler at a cornerback spot. One wide out, split this way on 1st and 10. It's Moore with the carry, tripped up in the backfield. That was White on the tackle, I believe. Came up from his linebacker spot to make the stop. No gain. Wildcats this time send the wide receiver right. That's Brandon Cooper. And we've got a false start. So now 2nd down 15. Clock starts back up again. During the midway point of the third period, it's 18-0 Louisburg. Rutherford looks to throw. Out in the flat. Moore makes the catch, but had to go low to get it, and he went right to the ground, and that'll be no gain on the play. Third down, 15. Wildcats need to achieve the 33-yard line. Rutherford again to throw. Throws it high pass downfield. That pass is going to be caught. At the 44-yard line of Louisburg, Rutherford just threw the ball up there and let the receiver run under it. That was Lou Kaplinger, I believe. Mark it at the 46. That just was not good coverage by the Cyclones that time. New set of downs. And again to throw. Little pass out in the flat is incomplete. He underthrew the intended receiver. It was Michael Waldron. They were going with the screen that side. Rutherford backpedaling. Couldn't get enough on the football. It'll be 2nd and 10. Drive started at the 13. Kuntz on the carry. Kuntz with a head of steam. First down out to the 43 of Ottawa on the wingback reverse. Jefferson West having its way tonight with Wellsville at the half. The Tigers lead the Eagles 34-6. Also a halftime score, Burlington 22, Osawatomie nothing. First down 10. This time it's Gage on the wingback reverse, breaks a tackle, but then tripped up on a nice open field stop by Brandon Carlson and loses a yard. Rutherford over to the sideline to get the play call. Four and a half to play, third period. 2nd and 11 Wildcats. Cooper split this way as a receiver. Hand off the left side to Moore, and he is stopped at the 40. Carlson made the stop there once again. And third down 7. Once again, Louisburg taking plenty of time in the huddle as the clock continues to run. In motion, Kuntz. Hand off Moore, right side. He's got running room, and he is stopped just shy of the first down, it would appear. It will depend on the spot, but no, he did not get it. It'll be 4th and 1. There's also a flag on the play, and Louisburg's going to be called for a hold. 10 yards from the spot. Will push it back to around the 46-yard line of Ottawa. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 14. And on the play clock, Rutherford under center. He'll drop straight back, look to throw, across the middle, has a man, knocked away at the last minute on a fine play there by Carlson. Kuntz was the intended receiver, but a fine play by Brandon Carlson will bring up a 4th and long and the punt unit in for the Wildcats. Rutherford is the punter. Gets the snap. Gets the kick away, near side. And that's a good kick. It's going to roll into the end zone, though, for a touchback. 45-yard punt. But Ottawa gets the ball at the 21st and 10. Halftime at Bonner Springs, the Braves lead Leavenworth 41-20. So Bonner Springs starting to click now. They're 3-3 on the season. Struggled early, but finding their way here of late. Leading the 5A Leavenworth Pioneers tonight. Caleb Kessinger's in at quarterback now on this drive. Quarterback draw. Kessinger looking for a move on the outside. Picks up a yard, maybe a couple. But once again, the Cyclone runners looking to juke the defenders, and that's not the best strategy here on a night like this. Just go ahead and run the thing. Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9. Kessinger works out of the shotgun. I don't know if that's Beefay or White behind him. We'll check it and see. Blitz on. Handoff goes to the deep back, and he's brought down in the backfield. Nobody blocked the blitzing linebacker. Loss of 4 yards is 3rd and 13. It was Beefay at the running back spot. White comes in now on 3rd down in a passing situation. Stacked receivers, trips this side. White to throw. Throws a deep ball down the sidelines. Has a man open. Pass is going to be complete. There's a flag down also. There'll be an interference call, but I think the pass was complete. To Brandon Carlson, I think. Pass interference against Louisburg. Well, they've added the 15 yards on to the catch. You can't do that. That's not the right call at all. Well, these officials have gotten themselves confused, and Robert Evanstein has come out on the field. He didn't like that at all, and it is the wrong call. They need to move that ball back to where the catch was made. This is not a personal foul penalty. It's just a pass interference. Carlson made the catch at the 43, and you either take the catch or you take the 15-yard penalty. You don't get both. The only way that would occur is if you had a dead ball personal foul for an unsportsmanlike conduct. And these officials have made the wrong ruling, in my opinion, and you may be able to hear, I think everybody up here in the press box feels the same way. And now they're going to get it corrected. Again, we're not sure of the person who made the catch. I believe it was Brandon Carlson, and he made a fine catch. Ottawa declines the penalty. It was a good gain all the way out to the 43. And 1st and 10. So now Kessinger's back in. Nobody out here on this man this side. Blitz being shown up the middle. Quick hitter, fumble on the play. Dive for the football, and Ottawa got it back. Kessinger with a head-first dive got the football. The loss of the play at 5 yards. The Cyclones now have it 2nd and 15. Prairie View now leads Anderson County 22-0. Buffalo's having a good season. They are 5-1 heading into tonight's play. 2nd and 15. In motion comes Bones. And a flag thrown. Delay of game against Ottawa. Paola has scored again. Their lead over Eudora is now 28-0. Now it's 2nd and 20. Clock down to 12 seconds. Play 3rd period. Kessinger will throw across the middle. It's tipped. Somebody got a hand on it. Tonganoxie has widened its lead over Baldwin to 14-0. Middle of the 3rd period. 3rd down 20. This will be the final play of the 3rd period, barring a penalty. White's back in at quarterback. Louisburg showing blitz. White to throw. Out in the flat on the screen pass. Has Bethay. And Xavi gets it back to the original line of scrimmage as the clock runs out in the 3rd quarter. At the end of 3 here from Wildcat Stadium, it's Louisburg 18, Ottawa nothing. And we'll have the 4th quarter coming up in 1 minute. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Have you seen the Coliseum in Rome? Kind of crumbly looking, isn't it? That's because it wasn't built by C.S. Cunningham Concrete. In fact, if C.S. Cunningham had been around back then, the Leaning Tower of Pisa would simply be known as the Tower of Pisa. No lean. That's because C.S. Cunningham Concrete does it right, with fully trained and licensed workers. If they'd built the London Bridge, there'd be no song about it falling down. Commercial, residential, concrete. C.S. Cunningham, 785-242-7101.
Dr. Mike Hyatt, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic.
People in the United States will suffer at least 1 or 2 episodes of debilitating back pain in their life. You know, we see an epidemic in prescription medication abuse and overdose. Chiropractic is a natural, hands-on, patient-centered health care treatment for low back pain, for neck pain, for mid-back pain. We're an alternative to having to take medications. We're an alternative to having to have surgery.
For your free consultation, call 785-242-4100.
Cyclones have it 4th and 10 to start the 4th period from their own 44-yard line. Ottawa comes up in an offensive formation. White looks to throw, throws it deep down the field for Duarte, and the pass into double coverage is knocked away. It was intended for Brandon Carlson. And so Louisburg will take over on downs in Ottawa territory. Paola has blocked a punt, scored again, 35-0 on Eudora tonight. First and 10, Rutherford out of the wing tee. Hand off to Kuntz. Makes a move, gets a couple of yards down to the 42. Elias White made the tackle. We can just barely make out Elias White's number 5 out there. His uniform is pretty much brown from the top of his shoulder pads to the bottom of his socks. Second down, 8. Kuntz in motion right. Rutherford keeps, finds an opening, gets it inside the 35, and a late flag thrown into the fray. Looks like Rutherford picked up the first down, but let's check the penalty. And it's an inadvertent face mask against Ottawa. Well, that'll add another 5 yards onto the play. Big East Kansas League game tonight up in the city. And St. Thomas Aquinas leads Bishop Miege with 9.5 to play in the third quarter, 28-14. First and 10 for Louisburg at the Ottawa 29. Moore on the delay. Fights his way forward to the 25 up the middle. White tripped him up. Second down and 6 coming up. .10:28 to play. Louisburg leads Ottawa 18-0. It was that score at the half. Hand off to Moore once again, and he dives forward to the 21 for 4 yards. And it'll be third down 2. Again, White with the tackle. Four down territory here for Louisburg. Getterman will split wide to the left as a receiver. Moore gets the carry, dragging people, but he doesn't get to the 20. So he's shy of the first down by about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Doran was in on the tackle for Ottawa. Fourth down 2. Rutherford coming back to the huddle. Play clock is down to 11. Fourth down and 2. And in motion right. Quick hitter goes to Moore. No, check that. Rutherford kept it himself, and he only got a yard to the 20. And the Cyclones will take over on downs. Cyclones did a good job defending that play. And so Ottawa will get the football back here with 8 minutes, 50 seconds to go, trailing by 18. Spring Hill has kicked a field goal. They lead Piper now 17-7. 3 minutes to play, third period. Kessinger in to start this drive at quarterback. Beathey, the running back behind him. Option right. Pitch back. Oh, instead he tried to throw. He was looking downfield for Duarte, but pass a little overthrown. I thought he was pitching the ball. Instead, he cocked his arm and threw it downfield. Duarte had a step on the defender. Long signal count, handoff to Bethe, and Bethe is going to be smothered in the backfield. Loss on the play of a couple. Mike comes in on third down in a passing situation here. Rolls right, under heavy pressure, and sacked back inside the 10. It was James Foote breaking through to sack White. And Cameron Reynolds will now go back into his end zone to punt it away. Good snap. Reynolds kick. High kick. Takes a cyclone roll and will roll dead at the 43. So not a bad kick there. About a 32-yard kick, no return. And with 7:23 to go, Louisburg will have it 1st and 10 inside Ottawa territory. Don't forget the high school football scoreboard show comes your way tonight at 10 o'clock here on KOFO. It's OU football tomorrow afternoon, another big game for the Braves, who moved up to number 22 in the NAI rankings this week. Every game important down the stretch as you try to work your way up in those rankings and hopefully get into the playoffs. McPherson is the opponent. 12 o'clock pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff tomorrow on KOFO. New running back, it looks like. And breaking into the secondary. And all the way down to the 20-yard line before Carlson trips him up goes Benjamin Weidenman, a sophomore. So a fresh set of legs here. Marking now at the 19, 1st down and 10. Rutherford still in at quarterback, but Moore not in the ball game now. Louisburg, of course, has a big game coming up next week at Paola. And in motion left, it's Weidenman once again, trying to get to the outside, and does. He's to the 15, he's to the 10. All sorts of flags thrown, though, and this one's going to come back as Weidenman is out of bounds inside the Ottawa 5. Two officials threw their flags simultaneously, just pretty much at each other. And it's a hold against the Wildcats. That'll push it back to the 17 and bring up a 1st down and 9. 6:39 to play. Play clock down to 8. And in motion right, flag is thrown. That should be a motion penalty. Weidenman with another big hole, and he's inside the 10 down to around the 6, but this is going to be a shift penalty coming up against the Wildcats. Silver Lake has widened its lead on Osage City, now 27-13 in the third period. First down and 14 now. Clock continues to run. This game has gone very quickly. On a chilly, drizzly night here in Louisburg. Weidman trying to turn the corner again. This time he breaks a tackle and gets it inside the 15. Actually, they'll stop him right at the 15, it appears. So now second down and, let's call it 2nd and 6. Tonganoxie has scored another touchdown. They lead Baldwin at Tonganoxie tonight, 20-0. Tonganoxie is Ottawa's opponent next Friday night. On the wingback reverse, Zach Kuntz again, flag down. This one's going to come back. The running back got all the way down inside the 5, but this one will come back as well. Now that was Kuntz once again. Got a little help with a block as he tried to turn the corner. So now it's second down and 17. We've had all sorts of permutations here on down and distance. 4:45 to go. Louisburg leads 18-0. On the carry, Weidman breaks a tackle, slips and falls. Weidman slipped at the 33. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage, and as he went to make a cut, lost his footing. Brandon Carlson, who's had a pretty good game from his outside linebacker spot. Actually, I think he's actually a safety. Third down and 14. The clock will tick under 4 minutes to go. The throw, Rutherford, under pressure, throws deep down the field. That pass is going to be incomplete. It was intercepted out of bounds by Duarte Miranda. And fourth down long now for the Wildcats. Stops the clock, 3:45 to play. Burlington leads Osawatomie at the end of 3 now, 28-0. Santa Fe Trail has increased its lead to 64-0 on Bishop Ward. Fourth down long. Rutherford again looks to throw. Throws deep down the field. Pass is going to be caught. Touchdown. Into double coverage, and still Western Getterman made the catch. Now they'll try to kick the extra point here. Barnes out of the hold of Rutherford. And the kick is up, and it's good. timeout on the field with 3:38 to play in the game. And the score now, Louisburg 25, Ottawa nothing. We'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. And you're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Kramer Pharmacy, downtown Ottawa, hopes you're enjoying this KOFO sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. Call 242-2055.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Louisburg picks up the touchdown, touchdown pass of the night by Madden Rutherford. This time 24 yards to Weston Getterman for the score. Rick Barnes will kick it off to either Xavi Bethe or Brandon Carlson. Line drive kick, rolls on past Carlson. He'll pick it up at the 7. Now heads upfield, trips, and is brought down as he crosses the 15. Anderson County has scored, but they still trail Prairie View 22-7 midway through the fourth period. Final score from Eudora: Paola beats the Cardinals tonight 35-0 to remain unbeaten. And it sets up a huge showdown next week in Paola between the Panthers and these Louisburg Wildcats. On first down, keeping his Kessinger in a slow snap. That's all he could do, and he couldn't get away from the defense, and it's a loss on the play of about 4 yards. Ottawa has twin receivers right, single man left. 2nd and 14. Hand off to Bethe, and Bethe might have gotten a yard out to around the 12 or 13 yard line. Third down long for the Cyclones. The clock is running, 2:36 to play. Kessinger, straight drop, looks, throws across the middle, overthrew his receiver, and it was nearly intercepted. Intended out there for Carlson, who appears to be shaken up. Carlson may have twisted an ankle. He's sitting at about the 31-yard line. That's the bad thing about playing on a field like this. Well, you can have that kind of injury pretty easily. And I think we've been fortunate that that's maybe been the worst thing we've seen tonight injury-wise. Score update from Spring Hill. Piper has scored. They still trail Spring Hill 17-14. 10:24 to play in that one. Right about an hour from now, the high school football scoreboard show comes your way on KOFO with Nick Gosnell. And Carlson will walk off, but kind of favoring, it looks like, his right leg. Does not look to be serious. 4th and long for the Cyclones, who will drop back in punt formation. Nobody back deep for Louisburg. Ottawa needs another man in the ball game, and now they get it. Low snap, but no rush. Reynolds gets the kick away. It will hit, roll across the 50, and die in the mud at the 48-yard line of Louisburg. 40-yard kick by Cameron Reynolds. Clock is stopped with 1:59 to go, and Louisburg on top 25-0. Let's see how Robert Evanstein decides to take care of the rest of this clock. You would imagine Ottawa will not try to stop it. See if we have a new quarterback. Man in motion left. It is Weideman again. He gets it into Ottawa territory off the left side on a gain of about 3 yards. Second down, 7. Next snap will occur with about 1:20 to go on the clock. Man comes in motion right. It's Weideman again. And he's got blockers in front of him. And he's grabbed and finally brought down inside the 40-yard line at about the 38. Tackle was made by Austin Spangler. But that picks up a first down, and that will now allow Louisburg to run the clock out as there's down to 1:17 to go in the game. Play clock will start here. Well, they still have Rutherford in the ball game. On a night like this, I just think I'd take that quarterback out. But he'll go to a knee. They'll spot the ball once again. The clock will move again. Problem was is they didn't let that play clock run down very much before they went to the knee. Cyclones are going to drop their 7th on the season. Lewisburg remains perfect at 7-0. There is another knee taken by Rutherford. And I imagine they'll let the game clock run down before they blow the ball ready for play. And Lewisburg does not have to snap it. So the final score here tonight from Wildcat Stadium, Lewisburg 25 and Ottawa nothing. We'll wrap things up in 2 minutes. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Want to win a shopping spree? You're in luck because the Ottawa Herald has partnered with Ottawa Main Street, and we're giving away $50 in Main Street bucks every month to one lucky winner. Go to ottawaherald.com/contest and enter today.
We train yearly to be iCar Gold certified because as cars and designs have changed to keep you safer, so have the collision repair procedures. And at CarStar Ottawa, your safety matters. Call CarStar 242-8916. Relax, we'll take it from here.
Many people are finding themselves spending more and more time sitting behind a computer or standing for long hours during the day. Each time we lean forward 60 degrees, the stress placed on our neck is increased dramatically. Bad posture can lead to numbness, pain, tense nerves, and even affect your breathing. Stress on your neck can also lead to tense upper back and shoulder muscles, resulting in frequent headaches due to this poor posture. This is Dr. Sherry Jung at Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. Give us a call today for a no-charge consultation at 785-242-4100.
To protect your family and plan for your financial future, get to know your Modern Woodman agent.
Hello, I'm Dale Pearson, your Modern Woodman agent in Ottawa, Kansas. Call me today at 242-6566.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
No matter the brand, Adamson Brothers can prepare your AC for the hot summer months ahead. Call them today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Even though school has already started, getting your child's school physical is still possible at Ottawa Care Clinic. Now open 7 days a week inside Cosentino's Prize Chopper, 120 East 19th. No appointment is necessary, and a staff of experienced and caring registered nurse practitioners is waiting to help you. Remember, bring your physical form, proof of insurance, or $50. Most insurances are accepted. Ottawa Care Clinic open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 11 till 7, Saturdays 9 till 4, Sundays 9 till 3.
Hi, this is Margie Hindeleiter from Bank Midwest. You'll often hear us say, this is where common sense lives. That means doing the little things, like knowing your name. And it means supporting Ottawa High School. That should be common sense for how a bank does business. Bank Midwest, where common sense lives.
Well, Louisburg wins this senior night matchup with Ottawa 25-0. Cyclones could not get into the end zone, although there were a couple times when they moved the ball pretty well during the course of the game. Louisburg, though, just had too much for the Cyclones, especially on the offensive side. Could have been much worse. Ottawa defense played a pretty decent ball game. Louisburg got the scoring started on their opening drive. They went 64 yards, scored on a 1-yard run by senior Austin Moore. 2-point conversion, no good. Stayed that way until late in the first period, when after Ottawa fumbled and recovered by the Wildcats, Madden Rutherford found Charlie Kuntz for 10 yards and a TD. Again, a 2-point run, no good. It was 12-0 at the end of one quarter. And then the Wildcats struck late in the first half, capping off a 59-yard drive with a 8-yard run by Austin Moore. And it was 18-0 at halftime. Wildcats tacked on a score late in the ball game on a 24-yard pass play from Rutherford to Western Getterman. And the final here tonight, 25-0. Louisburg now 7-0 on the season. They'll travel to Paola for their rivalry game against the Panthers with a lot on the line next week. The winner will be the number 1 seed in Class 4A in the playoffs. Ottawa will be back home, and they will take on the Tonganoxie Chieftains. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff next Friday night, and our pregame starts at 6:40 right here on KOFO. In the final tonight, Louisburg 25 and Ottawa nothing. This is Gary Bateman saying so long from Wildcat Stadium in Louisburg.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 103.7 FM, 1220, and KOFO.com. Brought to you by Sutton's Jewelry, Quality Structures Incorporated, Ransom Memorial Health, Modern Woodman Agent Dale Pearson, Ottawa University, and by Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Super Stands Cleaning Service, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State Bank, Cosentino's Price Chopper. Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO is also brought to you by the Ottawa Recreation Commission, Adamson Brothers, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Harvest Bank, CarStar, C.S. Cunningham Construction, and by Leon's, the Ottawa Herald, Bank Midwest, the City of Ottawa, State Farm Agent Keith King, also by Ottawa Family Physicians, Bones Transportation, Ottawa High School, and Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. For more information about our next Ottawa Cyclone football broadcast, visit our website at KOFO.com and listen daily to the KOFO Sports Calendar. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.
This flu season, one Walgreens flu shot can make a world of difference, so you can protect yourself